Alrighty, so this is what we got. The pasture side went by much quicker, about 2 hours. I did it the fast way, like I mentioned in the video, just cutting the rivets out, leaving all the hardware and all that attached, and just pulling the whole thing out. But anyway, so I got everything bolted back up. Got the U-bolts bolted back up, and I know I've said it over and over again, but I am going to replace those U-bolts. But right now, I just, I wanted to get back together so I can move it. But anyway, so I got everything, all the correct bolts in the correct orientation. The nut faces out on the passenger side, and the bolt back here where it goes in the mount faces to the inside of the frame. And then this one is supposed to face out with the nut facing just like it is. So the nut on that faces out. So I got to come on this side over here, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to correct this real quick. That's just going to bug the heck out of me. But we're going to flip this bolt the other way, and the bolt goes in this direction, the nut's on this side, so we're going to 180 that. But I know most people, think I'm crazy, but I want it to go back together the way it came from the factory, so I'm going to put it back. It ain't going to hurt nothing really to leave it like that, but it's all about trying to do this stuff correct and be done with it. But I did this side a little differently when I put the spring back in there, so I left everything a little loose. I left the mounts just a little bit loose, and I got all my bolts and everything in, and then didn't really worry about lining that pin up down there yet. I just got all this bolted up, the actual leaf spring, and then I took my, while everything was still loose, the mounts and everything, and then I took the leaf spring and had to push the rear end up just a little bit and push this back of the spring towards the inside of the frame so it would drop right in there. And of course it's it's in there, it's lined up, it's sitting flush. It's very important there. So there's that one. No blocks to worry about, like I said, but anyway, that's how I did it. Then I went back and tightened everything back up. I still got to tighten all these back to spec. Like I said, you got to do them with the weight on the vehicle. So I'll probably go take just a tiny bit of grease and put on some of these bushings so it doesn't squeak when I go to drive it. But other than that, that'll be pretty much about it. But anyway, so that's what we got here. So this will be probably the last video. I'll probably have one more just showing where I get the new U-bolts and all. We'll keep our plates. There's nothing wrong with them, but just want to replace everything the right way. Don't want to torque. Yeah, let me rephrase that. You don't want to tighten down them U-bolts too much because you want to, torque, but you don't want to go too much to where you start the have the axle tube, start to crush that in. So you got to be careful about that. But of course, I didn't do that obviously. But anyway, I just happened to think about that. When you got to be careful, using the impact and all that. Because you don't want to be crushing the inside tube of your axle there. It wouldn't be good. But anyway, just a little side note there. But everything went together pretty smooth. I'm gonna come back and I think now we're just gonna go ahead and finish cleaning the rest of this frame up. And we got to do our shock mounts, do a little welding there, and we're gonna POR-15 this frame, and we're gonna take in. I might put the fuel lines and the brake lines. I'm going to try to do all that with the bed off. And hopefully here soon we'll be getting this bad boy back on here. And I'll pretty much about wrap this back of this truck up for the most part. So anyway, definitely a whole lot stiffer. I noticed that. Needs some shocks though, but that's okay. Oh yeah. The little plate that's left is that shock down there. The bushing where the bolt threads through on that lower shock down there is wore out, and it's just letting the shock, if you watch, if you can hear it. But anyway, that's what it's doing there. So we gotta get new shocks for the bushings wore out, and it's just riding up on that bolt there. You can kind of hear it. So anyway, we're going to replace all the mounts and all that too. But I don't have the shocks for it. That's one thing I don't have. I will have to get them a little later. But I do have all the mounts and everything. So I'll have to get a set of shocks for it. But anyway, so yeah, it turned out pretty good. Much better, much better. Get a side view of it. It's really bad camera work, but it's that side. And there's that side. And tripping over everything. Jolt, E-tag washer. Yep, pretty much got her. And guess what? We got a little crimp right there. That's what I was talking about. And don't have no play right there no more. So, get everything torqued out to spec here, and I think we're going to let her ride. Alrighty. This side went by a lot quicker. Like I said, I got it done about probably 2.5 hours altogether. Anyway, see y'all later.